Now, 95.9 FM WATD presents Friends with Benefits, exploring relationships, social issues, and life stories. Be a part of the show at 781-837-4900. Friends with Benefits, with your host, Brian Stratton.
95.9 WATD here in Studio A. Friends with Benefits. I'm Brian Stratton here on a Wednesday night with Jay Gillespie, old standby. How are you, Jay?
Hey, Brian. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine. Just on the heels of last week's show that we did live at the Grill 58.
That was a fabulous place. Great food.
It was, and the food was getting flung at us as we left because we had international male and female relations expert Paul Paris on, who basically recited the Bible. He went all the way back to Adam and Eve, their relations, and we kind of stopped at 2014.
I caught a few chicken fingers in my mouth, though, as people were throwing things. It was great.
Oh, boy, Paul's like they say, women need men like a fish needs a bicycle.
Right.
Yes, that's
I
what
hear
we
that
learned.
often.
Anyways,
I'm feeling very serious tonight, by the way. Extremely serious. Could you close the door to the igloo, by the way?
So isn't Paul. Paul was all over it last week.
Yeah.
He was telling us about the do's and don'ts and things that go on before marriage and just some really interesting discourse.
As if we didn't know.
So he's out of town this week as expected because he wasn't going to hang around town after that performance.
Definitely not with that food flying.
But what we did find out is we did get a lot of email response.
Such as?
Well, Joanne, I see there was an email from Joanne, Franny, Linda. I'm not going to say any last names. Sheila.
Strangely, no men calling there, huh? Emailing?
Well,
no?
You know what? It was mostly women just wondering where Father Paul was reciting his facts and his figures.
Okay, I thought that might lead to some criticism there. Okay, so,
it's just what it is. We'll go over that later.
It is
in the
what
show,
it is.
because we have more cheerier topics to talk about tonight.
So that's a little hint. They're not very cheery then.
No, not those emails from last week. They're not. But we do have a great guy that I met just about a week ago. We've publicized and talking about it. I've seen him on TV and in the news, and he is an independent running for governor. His name is Jeff Mccormick. Jeff, are you on the line?
I am.
Hey, Jeff. Good to talk to you tonight. I'm Friends with Benefits.
Hey, Jeff.
Nice to speak with you, too. Thank you for having me.
No problem. It was great to meet you last week at East Bay Grill, where you were on St. Patrick's Day. You made a quick stop to shake some hands and kiss some babies, which we appreciate that. That's always great. Jeff, are you a lifetime local Massachusetts resident?
I've been here for over half my life.
Okay. I can tell from the accent that you are from somewhere else. Now, where is that?
Yeah, I'm from upstate New York, in the middle of New York State, near the Finger Lakes.
So I assume that you moved here for college or something to that effect?
I actually didn't. I grew up there in a blue-collar neighborhood and actually ended up playing lacrosse at Syracuse. Went there for graduate school as well, and then directly, moved to Boston.
Okay, so you've been here for a couple of decades anyway.
Yeah, 27 years.
Yeah. So who is Jeff Mccormick? Tell us who you are, what you represent. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, other than that kind of background, very modest, but was fortunate to be able to play some sports at a pretty high level. That was kind of my ticket out, if you will, and then as a scholar athlete, that paid for grad school. So when I came here, I had a whopping $800 to my name, but thank God I didn't have a lot of debt that kids are saddled with these days. And I've been building companies professionally for my entire career.
Sure.
And I started my firm, I guess, about 22 years ago to grow companies in the energy and healthcare, biotech, software education spaces. It's essentially just problem-solving companies. And right now, my wife and I, we got 3 kids, and they're 10, 11, 12. So it's a great zone.
Now, Jeff, I think, Paul, are you on the line, Paul Kearney?
Yeah, hey guys.
Hey, Paul.
Guys, Jeff.
Hi, Paul.
Hey.
Jeff, Paul is one of the sponsors of our show. He's the proud owner of Atlantis Sports Clubs, which are all around New England, and even New York and New Jersey. And Paul calls in from Florida. So he's calling in from Florida right now, and Paul's very political himself. He's run for a couple of offices. Right, Paul?
Well, I ran once, just as an independent like yourself, Jeff. And thanks for putting your name on the ballot. That takes a lot. It takes a lot of commitment. And I know what of a commitment that it is. And to see a true independent run is a breath of fresh air up there. Because I think that's what we really need up there. Is just some independent-minded folks. But they just got to seem to. And my question to you, Jeff, would be, as we know, 58% of the people that are registered independents, how do you get them to check the I on the box instead of the D or the R?
Well, it's a great question, and believe me, we did a fair amount of research around this. When you look at the structure of the Massachusetts electorate, 52% are registered as independents. But, also according to the polls, over half of the Republicans and Democratic Party members, they say they want a real choice this time around. It seems pretty clear to me that they're looking for someone that is, like me, socially progressive, very kind of hands-off, let people live their lives, but fiscally very responsible. And, they want a candidate with a track record of success, and they also want someone who is, from the middle class. In my case, lower middle class, might even be a stretch. But they want someone who really understands people and has kind of been there before.
Well, that's why, Jeff, I got to tell you, the radio station that you're talking on is representative. We're a district that definitely is probably the most independent district of them all, being that Scott Brown actually got into office because of the South Shore of the district that we're talking about. And where I ran was for state senator, and I ran against a great guy, which we became friends with, which is Senator Hedlund. And it's just that he's been there for over 20 years, and it was really, really hard for me. And not as much as I worked hard for there, I just felt like that everybody just, they either hit the R button or the D button. And I know it's going to be a challenge for you. What are some of your plans to get out there, just to shake hands, or are you looking to get into debates? Paul,
I'd like to interject, Jeff. What is the Jeff for Jobs model? I'd like to hear a lot about that.
Well, I can answer both these in one shot. But so my entire career, I've been working in these sectors, again, energy, healthcare, biotech, software, education, and others. And we create a lot of value, we solve problems, but in doing that, you create a lot of jobs. In my case, thousands of jobs. We're company builders, and we start with very small companies. I mean, literally 2, 3, 4 guys, like we have here tonight, that build companies up. We have an unusual set of skills over a broad range of industries, and a number of those industries happen to be very important to the Commonwealth. So, we understand, because we look at 1,000 companies a year. We understand what entrepreneurs are faced with, and she might come in with a problem, saying, a bureaucracy that's just getting in her way, and we know what some of the just structural problems are, and to be candid, we've got to get out of our own way if we're going to unleash this juggernaut that I think is there under the surface.
Right. And Jeff, I would tell you right now, the thing what's concerning me as a small business owner is some of the bureaucratic stuff. And I think that so many of the industries, especially with what's going on right now with the unemployment insurance, I'm actually paying over one of the highest rates, and I'm trying to get that renegotiated. And it's almost a job. So it's taking away jobs by having such high insurance. That's really what's killing for me personally. I think that's our biggest problem right now is the high cost of health insurance, high cost of unemployment insurance, and I guess people don't realize that most small business owners are struggling because of these costs, and these are costing us jobs because we can't hire people. And if you can't give us the tools or the resources that we need, we're not going to be able to succeed, and that's not good. And like I said, this district here is mostly small business owners. So I guess my question to you would be, if you're going to create jobs, how are you going to help us create the jobs? Because as you know, small business owners is what drives this economy.
Well, there's no question. The vast majority of job growth is going to come from small businesses. And costs like you mentioned, healthcare, unemployment insurance, we're extremely high. But also our energy costs is, fifth or sixth highest, depending on who you read, in the country. So for a lot of businesses, that's extremely problematic.
Especially this winter.
Fees in certain businesses are just very, very high, and also the way the fees are even structured don't make a heck of a lot of sense. So, when you build these companies, I face it every day, and because I started our company, I run my small company, and we finance small companies. I get it. And you're right, that is where the job growth is going to come from. So what we have to do is streamline these systems that are impediments to the growth. And I will tell you one thing that is very consistent throughout this Commonwealth. When I travel around, people are hungry to work. People want jobs. I mean, there are people out there, there's talent out there, but again, we have to create a platform for growth.
We are speaking with Jeff McCormick, independent, and he is going up against now. Jeff, who are your the Republican, Democratic? Who are you running against?
Well, Mark Fisher and Charlie Baker are the Republicans running, and then on the Democratic side, Julia Kayyem and Don Berwick, Joe Avalone, and our Treasurer Steve Grossman, and Attorney General Martha Coakley. And then Evan Falchuk is actually running as an independent to essentially establish a new party, an independent party, which, frankly, I'm not trying to do. I'm just trying to bring my skill set to an office so that we can grow jobs, do my job, get Beacon Hill thinking very differently in a solutions-based approach, which, again, is the way you have to think in the private sector, and then do my job and get out.
Can you govern as an independent?
That's a question, again, that we've we really looked into before even moving forward. And Angus King, who was a two-time governor of Maine, elected
senator now, right?
Yep, elected as governor as an independent businessman. Yep, now U.S. Senator. He invited me down to Washington, D.C. for dinner to discuss this very point at length last year. And he insists it's actually just much, much easier to govern as an independent.
Absolutely.
Because you aren't wrestling for power within your party, and believe me, in this state, there's a lot of that going on. And you aren't constantly fighting the opposing party, because there isn't one. And candidly, you're freed from the baggage and aren't beholden to special interests, which he said is a huge issue. In fact, he likened it to, these special interests. It's one little tie here, another one there, another one there. The next thing you know, you're Gulliver tied down by the Lilliputians, and you can't move. So he thought it was tremendously liberating. And actually, the legislature tends to feel that way as well, because they know you're trying to do the right thing for the entire state. That you're not doing it for political advantage within a party, because you're an independent.
Jay Gillespie.
Jeff, question for you. If you were to be elected governor, what are three principal things that you would bring to the residents of Massachusetts?
Well, one is a skill set of solving problems. Again, with small companies, that's the only way they survive. They have to have something that is bigger, better, cheaper, faster, more efficient than anyone else, or else they're not going to be in business. And having a mindset of approaching problems that way, because let's face it, the state and state government doesn't have competition. It's going to outlive all of us. So you get it. You get a system that it's not forced to innovate. It's not forced to be efficient, and that's where you get cost savings. That's where you get systems that really work, that people don't fall through the cracks. You become very efficient. So that is one. It's just a complete mindset. Another one certainly is, when you have the kind of business background I do, we know how to employ technologies. And let me tell you, all the EBT card scandal and the lab scandal and the DCF scandal, all of those could have been avoided having appropriate use of technologies.
Absolutely.
And this is not rocket
especially with the criminal.
It's off the shelf. So they're there. And another one, again, is just that constant viewpoint of how do we help small businesses. Okay, healthcare is a huge line item. Well, what's something we need to do in healthcare? We have to heavily emphasize primary care. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Oh, absolutely.
If 75% of the healthcare dollar is spent on chronic diseases, we know, this has been so well studied, we know that we can greatly curtail the downstream expenses if we take a long-term view of people's healthcare. Which, by the way, is better health care for people.
Well, Jeff,
so I don't think it's a matter of rationing.
We've been trying to promote a bill to pass that physical personal training to be covered by insurance. I think that's a great step and a job-creating thing that would actually save lives, create jobs, and save money. Those, to me, are this problem-solving. You can reform all you want, but if you don't have a workforce that's dedicated and that's in fit shape, you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to throw money at it. Some of the things that the state workers don't have now is any kind of fitness benefit at all. And I think for me to have a workforce that the state doesn't promote any fitness or wellness practices inside the government. And I think that's a strong reason why we have the staff that you have. I think the state workers need to be helped, and I think they need to be given some kind of programs and initiatives to do their tasks other than to just punch a clock and get out, because that's just not happening in the in the private sector. I'd like to see you take some of those skill sets that you talk about and bring that to the state. I think that'd be great, Jeff.
And some of these are best practices that are employed elsewhere in the country, and they do have the data. And I'm a fan of data. I'm a fan of information. I like to make I don't make political decisions. I make just smart decisions that work for people. And what you're saying is exactly that kind of approach.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, we'd like to thank you for being on WATD 95.9 Friends with Benefits tonight. Listen, is there any way, if the listeners out there want to get in touch with Jeff McCormick or support you, what is the best medium to do that?
Well, our website is jmac4gov, jmacforgov.org. And there's plenty of material there. We love to have people take a look at us and hear this message, because I think people will say, you know what, this guy makes sense. This is where we want to go. This is where we need to go. So I thank you so much for having me. And
thank you,
again,
Jeff. Thank you, and God bless you and your family, and good luck. I think that's good. It's going to be a long, hot summer for you, I'm sure. And we'll see you out there in the campaign trails.
Well, thank you again. And listen, I'm having fun. I'm just getting up there, talking about experience and telling the truth. So, for me, that one's easy.
Well, Jeff, before we get too deep into this, we'll have you in studio in the future, and we can mark your progress. How's that?
I look forward to seeing you.
Thanks so much.
Again.
Thanks, Jeff.
You're listening to 95.9 WATD Friends with Benefits. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hello, everybody. This is Graham Nash from the Hollies and from Crosby, Stills & Nash and Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, of course. Right now, you're listening to me on my friend Brian Stratton's show. It's on WATD 95.9. Keep listening.
The law office of Philip M. Markella is a full-service law firm with a focus on family and divorce law. When your marriage dissolves, Phil's office will help you navigate those often rough waters. They'll represent your interests with respect and compassion. The law office of Philip M. Markella also assists with estate planning, real estate transactions, and adoptions. Get in touch with the law office of Philip M. Markella, 19 Depot Street, Duxbury. Their telephone number, 781-934-7977, 781-934-7977, and on the web at markellalaw.com. That's MARKELLA law.com.
Hi, I'm Chris Kelly, owner of Duxbury Motorworks, a family business where we put the human touch into everything we do, with friendly, honest service at the best prices. We explain and prioritize what should be done now and what can wait, keeping you involved by bringing you into the shop to answer your questions or emailing you pictures of needed repairs. Our comfortable waiting area has free Wi-Fi, TV, coffee, and Kids Unplugged. That's our play area for children and adults where quality time spent together may just have your kids asking when they can come back. At Duxbury Motorworks, we provide the best warranty of 3 years, 36,000 miles on new parts we install, and we will meet or beat any written estimate on tires or repairs. Great customer service is Duxbury Motorworks. Call 781-452-7471. Stop by 1474 Tremont Street at the corner of Route 139 and 3A, or visit DuxburyMotorworks.com to make your appointment. We still offer a basic oil change and tire rotation with multi-point inspection for $14.95. Duxbury Motorworks, we are the dealer alternative.
Experience the Atlantis Sports Club difference. Atlantis Sports Club and Spas are located throughout Massachusetts, including locations in Braintree, Holbrook, and Hyannis, featuring state-of-the-art cardiovascular and strength training equipment, plus indoor and outdoor pools and full-service spas. Atlantis offers something for everyone. How about Zumba, spinning, and strength training classes, swim lessons for the kids, or a luxurious spa treatment? Your Atlantis membership allows access to all locations. Atlantis Braintree, located off the highway across from the South Shore Plaza, features beautiful indoor and outdoor pools. You'll find the newest Holbrook location next to Stop and Shop with plenty of parking and a spacious floor plan. Take a mini vacation at Atlantis Sports Club and Spa in Hyannis. Play golf, then relax by the resort-style pool. End the day with a relaxing treatment at the spa at Atlantis. Mention this ad and receive 20% off any spa treatment. Experience the Atlantis difference today. Visit AtlantisSportsClubs.com and book your tour today.
Why pay too much for insurance? Instead, call the Good Ale Company for a free personalized insurance estimate. A family-owned and operated insurance company for over 50 years, they were just awarded the best insurance agency on the South Shore in the Wicked Local Reader's Choice Awards. The Good Ale Company is committed to offering high-value, low-cost insurance personalized to meet your needs. Call the Good Ale Company at 781-383-0787 and ask for Craig Martin. Located on 3A in Cohasset, the Good Ale Company works hard to find you the highest quality insurance at the lowest price possible while providing customer service with a personal touch.
And bone.
95.9 WATD here, Wednesday night, Friends with Benefits with Jay Gillespie. And Jay, you know what? A lot of things going on. We have a lot of gift certificate giveaways tonight.
A lot of gift certificates. Like from where?
But I do want to wait 1 second before. I would like to say that was Boston Strong. Do you know that song?
Boston Strong. Is that Charlie Farron?
Charlie Farron sings it. Veteran, professional. He sang with
great local musician. Charlie Farron is fantastic.
Played with Joe Perry Project.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
a lot of years.
David Height.
Yeah, absolutely. Fahrenheit, and Amanda Carr, I think, was the one that wrote that song. John Finn was part of it. Also, a good friend of mine, Joe Clapp from Hanover in Ultrasound Productions in Hanover, mixed that song down. So that was a great collaborative effort. And ultimately, what they're trying to achieve with that song, I guess, is that for that to be the Boston song.
Sounds good.
And I think it's a strong song, and it was very well done.
I think it's a Boston Strong song.
Absolutely, very strong.
Very appropriate, good time of year for it too, as we come up on that anniversary.
Absolutely, and a good job done by all. And let's get to those gift certificates. So if you can email us at ctamanagement@rocketmail.com, ctamanagement@rocketmail.com. In the subject heading, we're going to give away some restaurant gift cards this week. Olive Garden, a $50 gift certificate, multiple locations for Olive Garden. T-Bone's Restaurant, a $25, and they're right in Plymouth. Lots of music on the weekends.
That's a great place.
It is.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
A lot of fun if you like that kind of, Roadhouse kind of feel.
Yep, Roadhouse, Tex-Mex kind of feel.
Food is tremendous. Colin owns it. Colin Wilcox, a great guy.
Tremendous.
$25 gift card we're giving away. Put in the subject heading T-Bones. Also Cancun in Kingston.
Great place.
Exit 9.
Yep.
Some of the best Mexican food you'll have anywhere. And
margaritas.
Daiquiris, whatever those are. That's on exit.
Daiquiris, no, margaritas. Come on.
Margaritas, whatever. And that's right off of Exit 9.
Right off of Exit 9.
In Kingston.
Can't miss it.
Right. They have some entertainment on the weekends too, but the food is amazing. A couple of $25 gift cards we're giving there.
Have the Infractions ever played there?
We have once.
You guys are fantastic. You guys are tremendous. I love the word tremendous.
We're working on it.
It's a lot of fun.
Also put in the subject heading for that Cancun gift card if you want that one. And lastly, Almanova in Hingham, which is in the Hingham shipyard. The cook is Paul Wahlberg, I believe.
Very swanky place. Very nice place.
It's amazing. And
I've eaten there, actually.
This is a $50 gift card we're giving away to Almanova, right in the shipyard in Hingham. And never a bad meal there. That is
never a bad meal.
Upscale.
I didn't feel well dressed enough to be there, though, for me, because, I'm not Joe Styles. So
you got a nice orange shirt on tonight, though.
Thank you very much, Brian.
So it's a $50 gift card. It's right on the ocean there, right? You have the ocean views.
Right on the ocean.
It's amazing.
Beautiful views.
They have that nice little fireplace outside, a great menu.
And a great bar.
And a great bar.
I seem to know a lot about these bars, don't I?
Almanova, $50 gift card. Put it in the subject heading. That's what you're looking for. So once again, Olive Garden, T-Bones, Cancun, and Almanova.
Now, who's the one who owns Almanova again?
One of the Wahlbergs.
One of the Wahlbergs. Okay.
And he is a cook. He's one of the brothers, and he's fantastic. I think his name is Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And he's fantastic. Also, next week, Friends with Benefits will be on the road, live, 8 o'clock, at Bella's in Halifax. And Bella's is a pizzeria, all sorts of Italian cuisine. That's April 2nd, right in Halifax.
Chicken Parmesan. I've always been partial to that dish.
They are the best.
They are very good.
Really great stuff. That's Bella's, right on Route 106 in Halifax. The week after that, another great Italian restaurant, Mamma Mia's, April 9th. And that is in Marshfield.
And that is another great dish of chicken parm.
They have great everything.
I've had them all.
There.
Margaritas and chicken parm.
Great, yeah. They got it all there.
They have a great bar there.
They do. It's a huge bar.
They do. It's the third one I've said has a great bar.
Entertainment on the weekends, Friday, Saturday. Trivia on Wednesday.
It's too easy for me.
It's a lot of stuff. But listen, I think we have Joanne, are you on the phone?
I am, yes.
Now, Joanne was here a couple of weeks ago with us at Mamma Mia's in Carver.
Hi, Joanne.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
That's Jay Gillespie.
Good, thanks.
That's Jay Gillespie, by the way. We're talking to Joanne. She's part of the organization for Callie's Miracle Run, which I believe is April 6th. Is that right?
That's correct. Sunday, April 6th.
Sunday, April 6th. And Joanne, can you tell us a little bit about the run? Because there's a lot going on, the times, there's a walk, there's a run, there's different distances. Why don't you fill us in on all that?
Sure, I'd be happy to, Brian.
Thank you.
Callie's Miracle Run is Sunday, April 6th at Norwell High School. There are kids' fun runs that are starting at 8:30 a.m., and then we will have a 5K walk run and 10K run starting at 10 a.m. And then following the race, we're going to have various vendors and activities like Busy Bee Jumpers. We'll have moon bounces. My gym in Norwell will have an obstacle course. We'll have face painting, a balloonist, music, different activities for the kids, vendors, Be Positive Project, and food, and much more. So it should be a fun day.
Is there an age limit for the moon bounce?
We'll let you in it. You can
thanks. Thanks.
Don't worry, Jay has one at home. Don't worry about it.
I have a couple.
So let's talk about Callie. This is the whole event is centered around Callie's story.
That's correct. Callie Kronk was a beautiful 5-year-old girl from Norwell, and she was diagnosed with DIPG, which is a form of pediatric brain cancer. It's an incurable type of cancer that grows on the brainstem, and it affects the central nervous system. She was diagnosed with that November of last year, and unfortunately she passed away this past July, but a lot of efforts had started when Callie got sick in Norwell. The Hope for Caroline Foundation was created, and a lot of people in Norwell just started to, wanted to help Callie and her family, and I started the road race, and we did it last year, and it was very successful, and and we're doing it again this year. Even though she's not here, she's still here with us in spirit, and we're still trying to raise money for the foundation and for a cure.
Now, as I understand it, you had over 2,200 runners.
That's correct.
Year. So, with that being said, you would hope to eclipse that this year, if possible.
Yes, I would. Yes,
okay.
I'd like as many as possible. We'd like to beat that record this year if we can.
Is there any way we can discuss how we get information about this?
Sure. If people want to sign up for the race or they want more details about the race, they can go to calliesmiraclerun.com. So it's CALLESMIRACLERUN.com to register. And there's a link there on the website, and that'll bring them to RaceWire, and they can register there and get all the details that I kind of just went over.
Okay, so rain or shine event, I assume.
Rain or shine, absolutely. And for everybody who signs up now, the cost is $25, and that goes directly to the Hope for Caroline Foundation. And if you sign up on race day, the entry fee goes up to $35.
Wow. Okay, that's great. That's good to know, though. I mean, this is great to know that.
So you're better off signing up early.
That's my point. It's good for people to do that, and we're proud.
But it's good to contribute too if you do sign up late.
Absolutely,
sure.
Yeah.
Now, listen, we're proud at WATD 95.9 to be a part of this. I will be personally emceeing the event, so if you're the winner, I'll be over there by the microphone, and just you'll get your prize. And does the winner get anything?
So we're going to be giving out awards, very special awards, which there'll be a surprise to the winners. It's something special from somebody in Norwell who's made them. And
awesome.
The top 3 female finishers in both the 5K and the 10K will get an award, and the top 3 male finishers in the 5K and the 10K will get an award.
That is great. Jay, are you going to run this?
I was just thinking about what that prize is going to be when I cross the finish line. So that special treat from Norwell.
Probably some medical attention.
Maybe it's a margarita. You never know.
Well, no, we're having a post party at the Tinker Sun, so you can definitely get a margarita there. That'll be at 3 p.m. and there'll be raffles there, and we'll have a band called the Dropout Astronauts will be there. So that's if you want a drink, that's where you can go after to help us celebrate.
John Glennon in that?
There's a lot of moon things going on here. You said to eclipse that, and you got the moon bounce, and now you got the dropout astronauts.
You're right.
There's a lot of references to outer space here.
There's a theme going, a moon theme.
Yeah, something happening here.
Do you project like people will be hanging out till 2 o'clock over there?
At the race location?
Yes.
Definitely till after 12.
Okay.
Because we'll have all the vendors there and all the activities going, and it's really a family-friendly event. And and then we hope people will head on over to the Tinkers.
Well, that's great. And if you need anything else, we hope to have you on one more time before the event. And that's April 6th, Norwell High School, Callie's Miracle Run.
Yep.
And
emceed by Brian Stratton. Can you do a Howard Cosell, Brian?
I cannot. I can only be myself. I can only be myself, okay?
And why would you want to be anything else?
I would not. So anyways, thanks so much, Joanne, for being on the show.
Thank you very much, and I hope I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there, and I hope your radio listeners will sign up for Callie's Miracle Run at Callie'sMiracleRun.com. Thanks for having me on tonight.
No problem. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Not only that, Jay, is there's many races. There's 5Ks, there's 10Ks, and there's half marathons, which is just, what is that, 13 point something miles?
It's too much math for me. I don't know. 26.2 divided by 2?
I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
The short math is, I'll say 13 miles. We'll round it off. But I think, do we have somebody on the air? Hello?
I'm here.
Hi, who are we speaking with?
This is Pam Smith.
Pam Smith, how are you?
Hi, Pam Smith.
Now, Pam, you have some exciting news to tell us about another run.
It is a half marathon, and it is 13.1 miles.
13.1 miles. Can you give us the specifics and whereabouts and all the stuff we need to know about the run?
This is our second annual half marathon, and it's organized by the Duxbury Senior Center, and it benefits the Alzheimer program that we run at the Senior Center. Last year was our first year, and 100% of the registration fees went back to the Alzheimer program. And that's our goal this year as well.
So it's a great way to get out there and enjoy the sunshine on the first weekend of April. It's a Saturday, and it starts early, if I believe, right?
Saturday, April 5th, and we'll start at 7:30. Registration's at 6:30.
Now,
we have a Facebook page, Duxbury Half Marathon.
Yes. Now, what is the race officially? That's when it goes, 7:30?
It does.
My Lord.
7:30 in the morning.
So it's early.
How long?
It's early.
How long will the fastest runner? How long will it take them to get through that?
Probably an hour and 15 minutes.
Wow. So by 9 o'clock, you should have a winner.
Oh yeah. And then I'll be coming through a little after 9:30.
I'd be coming through at about 9:30 at night.
Well, Jay needs to get his Egg McMuffins and his Mc Pancakes.
I couldn't be in a race at 7:30 in the morning unless I brought my bed with me, I think. Like the monkeys.
Yeah, wow.
So let's go over all the details, Pam. I'd like to know a little bit more.
Okay.
So the course goes through Duxbury?
The course map is on our Facebook page, Duxbury Half Marathon.
Yes.
It starts at the Senior Center, and it's very picturesque. It goes down Mayflower Street, out East Street, and then it comes back through Tinkertown and Bay Road and Hall's Corner and Washington Street, and back to the Senior Center.
Okay. So that's 13.1 miles, obviously.
Yep.
So last year, if I understand it, you had a few hundred runners for this, at least, right?
We had 130 runners.
Sure.
And
this year you've already eclipsed that.
We're going to eclipse that.
Yep.
So we've already got almost 160 runners registered.
Okay.
We're expecting 200, 225 runners.
Well, that's great. I'm so glad.
But maybe with this, we'll get more.
You know what? Any advertisement's good advertisement. Being on the radio never hurts anything. And for all the listeners out there, I don't know how many people can actually hack a half marathon.
Yeah.
Like Jay is a 5K'er, right, Jay?
Yeah, either a 5K or a full marathon, you know. So yeah.
Oh, you don't do in betweens.
No, I tend. Yeah, I don't want to. You know.
Jay does a good wheelbarrow race.
Right.
We did that. Yeah.
I could do a marathon if I drove it. That would be good. Are you allowed to drive this one?
We did this.
Sure.
No. Oh, I could. Okay.
Well, I would just say that if you can't run it, we would love to have people along the route cheering the runners on.
Yeah, no, I could actually run it.
Oh, come on, Jay.
It's a long-standing joke here on WATD, my running regimen.
Well, Pam, thanks for joining us. Give us the website one more time.
So it's Duxbury Half Marathon Facebook page.
Okay.
And if you get to that, it has the details of active.com and how to find the Spring Tune-Up Half Marathon there. And if you aren't on Facebook, you can call the Duxbury Senior Center and ask them for details.
Well, thanks so much for being on the show, 95.9 WATD. We look forward to that, and good luck with everything.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks. You're listening to 95.9 WATD. We're going to go to commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Darryl Hall, and you're listening to my friend Brian Stratton on 95.9 WATD.
Experience the Atlantis Sports Club difference. Atlantis Sports Club and Spas are located throughout Massachusetts, including locations in Braintree, Holbrook, and Hyannis, featuring state-of-the-art cardiovascular and strength training equipment, plus indoor and outdoor pools and full-service spas. Atlantis offers something for everyone. How about Zumba, spinning, and strength training classes, swim lessons for the kids, or a luxurious spa treatment? Your Atlantis membership allows access to all locations. Atlantis Braintree, located off the highway across from the South Shore Plaza, features beautiful indoor and outdoor pools. You'll find the newest Holbrook location next to Stop and Shop with plenty of parking and a spacious floor plan. Take a mini vacation at Atlantis Sports Club and Spa in Hyannis. Play golf, then relax by the resort-style pool. End the day with a relaxing treatment at the spa at Atlantis. Mention this ad and receive 20% off any spa treatment. Experience the Atlantis difference today. Visit AtlantisSportsClubs.com and book your tour today.
Hey, it's Brian Stratton, and I'd like to talk to you about Mamma Mia's restaurant. With 5 convenient locations around the South Shore, you don't have to drive far to enjoy delicious Italian cuisine, just the way you like it. Whether you're in Carver, Plymouth, Hanover, Kingston, or the new location in Green Harbor, Mamma Mia's is something to please any palate. Catering, gift cards, and takeout are available 7 days a week. Contact Mamma Mia's online at mammamias.net. That's mammamias.net.
The law office of Philip M. Markella is a full-service law firm with a focus on family and divorce law. When your marriage dissolves, Phil's office will help you navigate those often rough waters. They'll represent your interests with respect and compassion. The law office of Philip M. Markella also assists with estate planning, real estate transactions, and adoptions. Get in touch with the law office of Philip M. Markella, 19 Depot Street, Duxbury. Their telephone number, 781-934-7977, 781-934-7977, and on the web at markellalaw.com. That's MARKELLA law.com.
Hello, folks. Ed Brown from The Snug. Known as the home of the perfect pint, The Snug is located in historic downtown Hingham at 116 North Street. A quaint yet exciting Irish-style pub, we offer breakfast on the weekends, lunch and dinner 7 days a week, with daily lunch and dinner specials. The Snug features a state-of-the-art European draft system, with 14 European and domestic microbrews on tap. If you appreciate acoustic classic rock, we feature a variety of local musicians. Join us every Monday at 5:30 for our traditional Irish session. Visit us online at snugpub.com for our complete entertainment schedule. Remember, The Snug is a place where good friends and families come together to enjoy great food, live music, and always the perfect pint.
95.9 WATD, yeah, Friends with Benefits. Wednesday night here in Studio A. So we basically got some things accomplished tonight with these road races, Jay.
Just a lot of road races going around here, huh?
Well, you know, they're needed.
Early April.
It's great that you can do that for a good cause, and you can generate revenue and some money, and you know, everybody wins. You know,
everybody wins in those cases.
Everybody wins.
Everybody wins.
So ultimately, too, we did talk earlier to independent running for governor, Jeff McCormick.
Yeah.
And Paul Kearney, of course, who ran for Senate.
Yep. Every day when I go to work, I park next to a car with a Paul Kearney bumper sticker on there. So I think of Paul.
Real?
Yes, for real.
It's time to scrape that one off. That was quite a few years ago.
I kind of like it. It's
Really?
for posterity's sake. Yeah, I like that.
What
Paul
kind
Kearney.
of car is it? A 79?
It's a 73 Ford LTD.
That's what I thought. Yeah, exactly. Listen, we're going to hit the phone lines. We have Carl from Hingham on the line. Hi, Carl.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you? What's on your mind tonight, Carl?
Well, I'm an advocate for some legislation in Massachusetts, and it's about a year old right now, and we've done 4th of July parades in Duxbury and Boxford, Mass, and I spent 7 months traveling around Massachusetts talking to citizens, and I talked to, so the legislation works. It's when a person goes to their physician and gets diagnosed of an illness or a chronic illness, and that they are going to, and well, if they have a written report such as an MRI, CAT scan, or a blood test, urine test, or whatever they have in Massachusetts, after they've been determined they have the illness or chronic illness, that's when House Bill 1898 is going to click in for the Massachusetts citizens and give them a health care choice. And it's going to work like now that citizen at that physician's office now can choose natural treatment, medical treatment, or they can choose them both, like the Cancer Center Treatment of America. And we have a facility of a Cancer Center Treatment of America in Philadelphia. And our citizens of Massachusetts are getting denied coverage over there, and it's anybody with a commercial PPO insurance. And that's anybody in government or town or city jobs. All of those individuals will be denied coverage, is what I'm hearing from the Cancer Center Treatment of America. So what we want to try to do is bring the Cancer Center Treatment of America, first of all, it cures cancer through naturopathic medicine and also through medical medicine. And this legislation is going to bring in about 24 natural treatments, which will be covered under insurance in Massachusetts, from anywhere from the acupuncture to the Chinese medicine. And, of course, it covers the holistic medicine, naturopathic, homeopathic types of health care. And we want to offer that to the citizens as a health care choice. And this allows them to use either the natural or the medical if they'd like to cure their illness or chronic illness.
Okay, so it gives them a choice of what direction they want to go.
Yes, and as we do run a Facebook page that's updated every single day, and that's located on Massachusetts Health Option, and if you do look like for instance today, we are showing on Facebook on how to cure Parkinson's disease through natural medicine, Alzheimer's disease through natural medicine. And, of course, we've showed how to cure cancer on there quite a few times. And we do have citizens in Massachusetts. It's just it's all out-of-pocket expense right now for natural health care in Massachusetts, and there is no assistance for natural health care in Massachusetts, which is making a real hardship on a lot of these families who have chosen natural medicine.
And that's not right, because anybody with a pre-existing condition shouldn't be denied coverage, shouldn't be denied health care, whatever their choice of health care is.
Yes, exactly. And like, for instance, cancer right now on a patient under natural health care is it's about a 3-year project on an individual, but is costing that individual as much as $200,000 out of their pocket. And, that's a loss. It could be a loss of a home or a family. But it's believe it or not, it's so much cheaper than the medical health care costs, which are chemos running anywhere. Well, I'm getting a figure about $500,000. So what's going to happen is this $300,000 that is saved if an individual chooses natural health care is going to go back to the citizens, and it's going to lower their health care costs in Massachusetts. And it's kind of exciting for the citizens' health care costs to go down, and I think you're going to find a lot of these people are going to head towards a natural treatment to cure their cancers or to cure Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, or any other. We even also cured the other day on Facebook multiple sclerosis. Now, at least these are things that people say, they just can't be cured, but in natural medicine, they're curing it every day.
Well, once again, we're up against the clock, Carl, but what is your Facebook page?
It's Massachusetts Health Option.
Okay. We'll check that out. We'll put it on one of our favorites. We'll check it out, and thanks for calling Friends with Benefits, 95.9 WATD.
Okay, thank you so very much, and
thanks,
thank
Carl.
you for your time, and thank you so very much for the great show. Thank you.
Thanks, Carl. So, Jay, we've gone over the gamut tonight. We've gone from
the gamut
running races to
we have run the gamut. Yes.
To Jeff McCormick.
I believe in that homeopathic stuff, by the way. I have a friend who's an acupuncturist, and he said he can cure anything except my cat allergy.
Really?
Yeah, he said there's no cure for that. You got to move or get rid of the cat.
So what have you done? What have you elected to do?
I've had to move every time.
Really?
Yeah, the cats do not go out and get their own apartments.
Well, remember now, next week, bring your guy, because April 2nd we'll be in Halifax at Bella's Pizzeria on Route 106, and he was the owner was at the show when Paul Paris was there, the international male and female relations expert. And remember, we got all these interesting emails.
I'm sure they're very interesting.
Well, I thought it was funny because it's funny. People, when they hear traits about maybe their gender, they take offense to it. Might I say that?
No, you might say that. I thought there were people taking offense to some things sitting in the booth behind you at that show, actually.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. There was a fork pointed to the back of my neck.
Right, although you did sign some autographs.
I had to. That's the only way I would get out of that place. Yeah. But anyways, like the old saying is, women need men like a fish needs a bicycle.
Thank you very much.
So that's the words to go by. But so anyways, Paul Paris.
That was like Match Game. I had to complete that phrase. Okay.
I did. No.
Like a fish needs a blank.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Okay, Gene Rayburn.
But we'll get to these things when emails, when Paul's here, because a lot of them want to know all his resources. I mean, he's writing the book Square Peg, Round Hole.
Right.
Which is basically talking about the inequities of the relationships between men and women. One of the things he had, and I read in the manuscript, is that he said, women, I'm not going to quote these but something about the work ethic between men and women since the 1900s, a staggering percentage of, I'm not going to get into that. I'll let Paul do it. Because I had enough forks that were pointed at me that night.
Yeah, it was getting dangerous.
It was getting dangerous.
Yeah, we were trying to protect you, though.
I needed police escort out of there.
You did. You notice I snuck out of there.
You did?
I did.
You were out of there at 9:01.
I was out of there at 9:01. I was rushed through the back door into the helicopter.
So anyways, listen, and another thing is that, once again, I'd like to thank Charlie Farron, Amanda Carr, John Finn, Joe Clapp, who mixed this Boston Strong song, which is, you're going to hear this.
Good tune.
This will be an anthem, I believe. They did a great job. Larry, if your mic's on real quick, I wanted to ask you a quick question. If you knew anything about the firefighters, that tragedy just happened.
I think we're going to get an update at the top of the hour from AP Radio News on that.
Okay, so
they just had a press conference.
They did?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a couple of fatalities.
2 firemen, yeah.
And a number of injuries.
Number of injuries from firemen, too. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It was a 9-alarm fire in the Back Bay of Boston today.
It was. Okay, well, we pray for those families, and obviously, boy, right around the Boston Marathon, these tragedies seem like,
Yep, and again, hats off to the firemen, because they do a tremendous job, amazing job.
It's such a difficult profession. I mean, every night could be your last night out there.
It's amazing, because it really is truly heroic.
Police too, police
job.
And firemen.
Incredible.
It's just, But anyways, at the top of the hour, there'll be more, accurate information about that. So tune in. Next, we have Common Ground here on 95.9 WATD. I'd like to thank Jay Gillespie.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Good to be here again.
I'd like to thank everybody who participated, including Jeff McCormick, independent, running for governor, and Paul Kearney from Atlanta Sports
Nobody can
Clubs.
eclipse Paul Kearney.
Yep. So thanks so much, and we'll see you guys next week at Bella's in Halifax.